Most of the time, you have to swallow the pain and learn to grow up by yourself. Trust wisely and not blindly. A fool is known by his speech, and a wise man by silence. The life of the dead is set in the memory of the music living. Never take anything personally. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality. The more you are interested in others, the more interesting they find you. To be interesting, be interested. The only time you should ever look back is to see how far you've come. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Keep your fears to yourself, but share your courage with others. When you work for someone else, you have the right only to labor, not to the fruits of your labor. True love begins when nothing is looked for in return. Don't read a quote and say this is wise, but read a quote and say, how can I relate this to my life? Better 50% now than 100% never. You're being judged no matter what, so be who you want to be. Wealth is like seawater. The more we drink, the thirstier we become, and the same is true of fame. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. The truth is, everyone is going to hurt you. You just got to find the ones worth suffering for. You don't have to win every argument. Agree to disagree. At some point, you will realize no one else has a say in your life unless you let them. You are confined only by the walls you build yourself. Children make so much noise you can't think, but when they leave the house forever, the silence is maddening. Nonviolence is a weapon of the strong. No matter how thin you slice it, there will always be two sides. Anything you dream is fiction, and anything you accomplish is science. The whole history of mankind is not nothing but science fiction. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Live every day as your last, because one of these days it will be. Only those who can afford not to lie are free. He who is to be a good ruler must have first been ruled. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. You need to stop the habit of doubting yourself. Waiting for change while not doing anything for it is like waiting for the train at a bus stop. You can't wait for inspiration, you have to go after it with a club. Remember, 5 years ago, you dreamed about being where you are now. Think about it. Life will only come around once, so do whatever makes you happy. Those who are hardest to love need it the most. Hatred is a curse that does not affect the hated. It only poisons the hater. Release a grudge as if it was poison.